to introduce another new cohort, this time from our CalTestBed program, which accelerates clean energy innovation by providing entrepreneurs access to critical testing facilities and expediting their pathway to commercialization by connecting them with next level partners. So please welcome our most recent CalTestBed recipients. We're excited for them to share what they hope to accomplish, and we're going to go ahead and we'll start with Susan Linwood from ChargePod. Welcome, Susan.
Good afternoon. You hear me good? Yeah. Okay, I'm from ChargePodX, a California-born company. We're based both in LA and San Jose right now. So we have our San Jose assembly and warehouse just opened earlier this year. What we do, we are innovating in the transportation sector. We do semi-permanent chargers. 80% of US small to medium business do not have three-phase. That's traditionally what's required for DC fast charger. We do based on single phase, and we fast charge it. It has served very well for our fleet, customers, construction, car dealers, maintenance, large event. So I want to share with you some great news. That is, we just signed a major Class 8 truck dealer, 30 locations, West Coast. Just signed yesterday. So we're here to make sure that we serve small to medium businesses. We serve the community. We serve the people who do not have that 100 million revenues every year. These are the people that we serve. And thank you, CalTestBed, for giving us this opportunity to test out further our product. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Let's go. And panelists, if you could take a step a little bit farther back and just so that the cameras can get all of you. I want to make sure that we get this really well recorded. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. So my name is Bill Beverley. I am co-founder, co-CEO, and CTO of a company called Evolectric. I've been part of 4 startups in the past. This is one that's personally my own and my co-founder. So after complaining about 3 times before this that we're not doing enough to electrify the future, we finally took it under our own volition to make something happen. So in our experience in the past, my co-founder and I have sold batteries, over $200 million worth of batteries. We've built electric sports cars. We've built electric race cars. We recognize that the thing that's limiting the future and adoption of EVs is not necessarily the desire to move to EV, but it's the fact that OEMs and suppliers aren't moving fast enough to make this happen. They're not listening necessarily directly to the consumer. And in this case, that's a big barrier to entry for a lot of these new consumers, especially fleet owners when you look at commercial vehicles adopting these technologies. It's lack of education and availability. So we started a company 5 years ago, almost to this day. Next Monday will be our 5th year. To be able to focus on going to the fleet owner, which is a commercial vehicle fleet owner and operator, and being able to offer them something that's familiar, it's approachable, it's recognizable, and it's something that's fully warranted and backable, which OEMs, if you can believe it, aren't there yet. They're not able to provide these technologies fast enough to take advantage of the incentives. So what we do is we take existing vehicles, commercial vehicles like Class 3 through 8, for example, at the highest level. That's like a box truck, anything you see in a U-Haul parking lot, for example. We convert them from diesel or gas to 100% electric in as short as 2 days. And we recognize, working for these previous startups in the past, that there are 3 bumps of capital that impede our future growth as a hardware organization. First, you've got to spend capital developing the technology. Second, you got to spend capital manufacturing the technology. And third, nobody talks about this, but capital to sustain the technology in operation. That warrantability target that we're talking about, that's having capital and O&M dollars available. We said, let's avoid all that by moving into an existing market with a familiar technology, like we said, and using commoditized components to create an architecture that can be rapidly deployed. So the second part of our journey is the fact that we're actually taking these kits, if you will, aftermarket kits, and putting it in the hands of existing retrofit and aftermarket service centers and upskilling these service centers so they can take charge of their own electric future, pardon the pun. and be able to actually add value and re-identify themselves as contributors to the market. We're talking about in California over 10,000 service centers, each averaging about 8 to 10 people as full-time staff. Now you can think they can all be converted over to green jobs now because of this model. Last but not least, what I want to say very quickly about what, I want to thank CalTestBed obviously for the opportunity in the state of California for the funding, but what we're doing with this funding is we're actually going to be working with UC Riverside in dynamometer testing our vehicle to showcase the world-leading efficiency of the system, and also testing and showcasing vehicle-to-grid technologies, being able to showcase how this vehicle can plug in and offer behind-the-meter energy storage, but eventually when utilities are ready, in front of the meter stuff as well. So thank you for your time.
Guess that means it's me. Okay, Flex Power Control. We are, you can see the picture up in the upper right-hand corner there is a bi-directional system energy management power system for the residents. It is meant for creating net zero at the home. It integrates solar, stationary energy storage, and the electric vehicle all through that one box. The version you see there, that's a prototype. We have a new version that we're not showing off quite yet, but the new version will be tested at UC Davis under the CalTestBed program. We offer really a value proposition to the residential consumer by one simplified installation. If you look at some of the current systems out there, you'll notice that there's 4 or 5 boxes that have to be done. It is this one unit that gets installed, and we offer a savings to the consumer of between $2,000 to $4,000 per year in operation, and the simplified, it's 1/4 the time to install this system. So anyhow, and it is a scalable system, so it actually gets tailored to the household's need. It's done in 5 kilowatt increments of power. So whatever that house is, we can scale it exactly to what they need for that residential area. Anyways. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Lance Brockway. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Nelumbo. It's great to be here today. At Nelumbo, we create a wide array of products using surface structure. Our 2 flagship products are for waterproof breathables for textiles and for the mitigation of corrosion and ice for heat transfer surfaces. Today, we're going to talk about our anti-ice coating for heat exchangers. So our anti-ice coating works by removing water from the surface before it can freeze. So as water condenses on a surface, our coating allows the droplets to migrate around, and then as they move on the surface, they will coalesce and then actively leap from the surface against gravity when they're still really small. And what this does is it reduces the frost growth rate. And by doing so, we reduce the defrost duration of a system and improve the overall energy efficiency. We call this product Ice 9, where 9 is the German word for no. Got 1. Yeah. And we thought it was a clever Vonnegut reference as well. So, yeah. So we've designed this product explicitly for heat exchangers for use in a variety of markets. So we're currently deploying this for transportation refrigeration units, where we have a partner that's piloting this now. We have this for refrigerated warehouses, where we receive support from the CEC to retrofit a local facility outside of Hayward, and for heat pumps, where we work with OEMs to get this to market, and also have received support through this CalTestBed grant. And what we hope to use this for is really to measure the impact of our coating on fin pitch, which would allow us to make more efficient and more compact heat pump systems. So by deploying this across all of the markets that I mentioned earlier, we can greatly reduce fossil fuel usage and help accelerate the renewables and electrification transition. So more information about our product can be found at ice9.com. And yeah, I'd be happy to meet with anybody that wants to learn more about this. And then, as usual, I'd like to thank Cal, U.S. Department of Energy, California Energy Commission, and the Activate program over their support for helping us develop this over the last really long number of years. And again, if you know any refrigeration asset owners, I'm happy to have a conversation. Thank you very much.
All right, I guess it's my turn. I'm Darren, CEO and co-founder of UNIGRID. We are a UC San Diego spin-off company. We're developing advanced sodium-ion batteries for energy storage applications. Now, when we designed this battery, our golden rule within our development team is we only have to follow 2 rules. One is the battery cannot blow up. And 2, you cannot use any scarce material. So our battery is entirely made of abundant materials. There's no lithium in there, no nickel, no cobalt, and no copper. Because if you want to make anything dirt cheap, it has to come from dirt, right? So safety is a big aspect for us. If we want to enable widespread distributed storage, safety has to be number 1. When I was growing up, I played a lot with alkaline batteries, lead-acid batteries, and toys and cars. Sometimes you put them in your mouth, you put them in your drawer. They never blew up. But come the new millennium, now we have to take everything out of our bag when we go into the TSA and all that. And I really hate that. So I want to put batteries in my bedroom. I want to put it in our offices, in our buildings, and to do that, we have to design new batteries that cannot blow up. And that's what we're working on. We're really grateful to CEC and CalTestBed for the opportunity to test this at a commercial scale. And our other philosophy is we put a lot of salt in our food, in our bodies. It's time to put some in our batteries too.
Hello, I took my product to my site. I think it's very beautiful, and as renewable energy sources like wind energy turbines is becoming more important, and the number of wind energy turbines is increasing. The number of power transmission facilities is increasing because, as you imagine, if you want to build a wind energy turbine, you have to build a power transmission line near to this wind turbine to transfer this energy. And there is a very big issue because of for these both 2 important energy issues. It is like sustainable energy production, sustainable energy transmission. Icing is a very huge problem for our world and energy infrastructures. You can face icing in the entire world. And the one important downside of icing that the icing happens in a just second time, in a just minute. And the only way to prevent icing is that a passive protection method. You cannot protect power lines or wind turbines like the icing method because it happens in a second time and power transmission lines collapse like dominoes. And the wind energy turbines the icing is disrupting the wind energy turbine structure. So we have developed this coating. Actually, I didn't develop this coating. Our professor and his PhD students were developing a coating in our university laboratory. And I saw this coating. Yes, I said this coating can be used in power lines and wind energy. And we have found a startup. And this coating is a single spray step coating, and the water droplets cannot stick to surface, so we are preventing icing. Our most important goal is to make power lines and wind energy turbines more sustainable and create a more sustainable energy infrastructures with increasing power transmission efficiency and power production efficiency. Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's David Ung. I lead the grants team at 12. And if you were here for the morning session, you would have heard from Natasha Cave, one of our co-founders and my boss. So I'll try to do our introduction justice. So maybe to kick things off, just a question for the audience. How many of you have been on a flight recently? All right, I would say 80% of the audience. And so now imagine if that flight was powered by carbon rather than oil. So 12 is the carbon transformation company. We're building a fossil-free future through the science of carbon transformation. Our core technology is a CO2 electrolyzer platform that can transform carbon dioxide, water, and renewable energy and generate chemicals, materials, and fuels we use in our everyday lives. So we're currently constructing a first-of-a-kind demonstration facility up in Moses Lake, Washington. So that's going to produce a sustainable aviation fuel that we call E-Jet. It's also going to deliver that fuel to some of our airline customers like Alaska Airlines and International Airlines Group. And so that's going to be sort of our core beachhead product. But what I think is really unique about 12's technology is that it's a really versatile technology platform, and it can actually support decarbonization across multiple industries. So earlier this morning, Tasha mentioned that we have partnerships with Mercedes-Benz, Pangaea, and Procter & Gamble. We've created car parts with Mercedes-Benz. We've created sunglasses lenses with Pangaea, and we've created an ingredient in Tide detergent with Procter & Gamble. So as we continue to build and scale our technology, we're really going to be able to build this fossil-free future where we can use CO2 as a valuable feedstock rather than a waste product. So we're going to finish building our Moses Lake facility in 2025, and we have a really clear technology roadmap to continue improving our performance, scale up our deployments, and continue down that cost curve. Our project through CalTestBed and the Lawrence Berkeley National Lab is really going to continue to support and accelerate our technology development, and we're really grateful for the support. And thank you all for listening, and I'm happy to take questions anytime.
Thanks, Javi. Hi, I'm GJ, co-founder and CEO of Tyfast. First, before I start, I wanted to thank CEC, CalTestBed, for the ability to continue supporting our work, and also through the early efforts with the CalC program. So Tyfast, we're also a San Diego-based company, UC San Diego spin-out. Our focus is to build high-performance batteries to obsolete diesel in heavy-duty construction, mining, trucking, and defense vehicles. So the main problem today is most of the batteries being built are focused on obsoleting gasoline engines in passenger cars. These are the batteries that are used basically for an hour a day, relatively low power, and also low durability. Heavy-duty vehicles, on the other hand, work 6 or more hours per work shift, sometimes multiple work shifts per day, in very demanding conditions. These same batteries will degrade really rapidly in heavy-duty platforms. So at Tyfast, our solution is a new chemistry powered by novel vanadium oxide anode technology to power lithium-ion high-performance batteries. Vanadium oxide chemistry enables an unmatched combination of power, energy, durability, and safety that meets diesel performance needs. We use all US-based sourcing for the material today, and actually it comes from industrial waste, so another plus for the material sourcing for us. And I'll close with an ask. Our company continues to seek customers and investors to help us accelerate our mission. And so if you know anybody who wants to help us accelerate this mission to obsolete diesel, please come talk to me. Thank you.